welcome to Sci-Fi Night. I'm your host, Sebastian Martinez, and this is a show where we take a look at some of the lesser-known sci-fi and horror movies out there and try to find the expectations needed to get the most out of them. Today we're going to take a look at a sci-fi cyberpunk movie with elements of virtual reality and Lord Voldemort. Strange Days is a 1995 film directed by Kathryn Bigelow, who directed Point Break and The Hurt Locker, amongst others. It stars the always excellent Ralph Fiennes and is about futuristic data recordings that allow you to feel and experience someone else's actions and emotions while in the comfort of your own home and body.
This is not like TV, only better. This is life. It's a piece of somebody's life. It's pure and uncut. It's straight from the cerebral cortex. I mean, you're there, you're doing it, you're seeing it, you're hearing it, you're feeling it.
Kind of like a Matrix, but before the Matrix. Whoa. These data recordings become almost like the hottest new drug, and Fiennes plays an ex-cop turned drug dealer. Things get crazy when data recordings of a murder shows up that involve some very major players, prompting an investigation on the eve of a new millennium. The problem with this movie is that the actual murder mystery isn't really as interesting as the speculative science that we're introduced in the beginning of the movie. Still though, this is a very well-made movie with a lot of cool ideas and concepts involved. There are also a couple pacing issues where some scenes feel a bit longer than they needed to be. The action leaves a little bit to be desired, but then again, this is more of a crime mystery than an action film. Also, the post-apocalyptic look of Los Angeles certainly gives the film a lot of extra flavor and identity, which I definitely like.
Read the Bible, Mark, you'd know that there won't be another 1,000 years. Right now we're in the last days as foretold in the book of Revelation.
The last days? You mean the coming of the apocalypse, right? The rapture.
Man, cheer up. World's gonna end in 10 minutes anyway.
It certainly doesn't hurt the film to have a great supporting cast either. Angela Bassett, Tom Sizemore, Juliette Lewis, and Vincent D'Onofrio all do great jobs backing up Ralph Fiennes. The film also has some things to say about corruption and police brutality, as this is definitely a film that feels that it was made in a post-Rodney King world. Though, as is often the case with films with an awesome concept, the ending doesn't quite live up to the build-up. It's implied that the information in the data recording would change big things, but with the corruption we see in the world daily, it seems like kind of small potatoes in comparison. With that said, this is still a well-made and well-directed film. It just has a few issues when it all comes together. So, what should you expect from this movie? Great cast. Everyone in this film does a good job, and it's interesting to see Angela Bassett as the biggest badass of the film, who ends up saving Ralph Fiennes a couple times. Considering this was made in 1995, it's interesting that a black woman often shows up to save the day, something we don't even see that often in movies made nowadays. Overall though, a great job is turned in by a great cast. I mean, come on, Lord Voldemort stars in this film. You know the actors are going to do a solid job. Cool vision sequences. An aspect I wish was slightly more explored is the actual technology, or squids as they're called in this film. It's always cool seeing somebody experience one of these data discs, and the scenes are sure to be a highlight. Good direction. Kathryn Bigelow is great at directing human tension and emotion, something that shines in this film and gives you a constant feeling of impending doom. This is strengthened by the fact that there seems to be a constant riot going on, and you can really feel a lot of a tension going on between authority and normal people. So basically, this is a movie for those of you who are interested in a slightly slower and more down-to-earth sci-fi flick. And with great cast and direction, you're getting a pretty good one. The whole of the film isn't really as solid as some of its parts, and the ending isn't really as strong as I would have liked it to be. The movie has a few dull and questionable moments, but overall, this is a quality film. You might want to be a bit forgiving, but this is hardly a film you need to switch your brain off to enjoy, especially when our brains are required for the precious data recordings that move the story along. To sum up, a quality film with some small chinks in the armor, but overall, well made and well acted. So, that about does it for this episode of Sci-Fi Night. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button to support the show and stay updated with it, and also be sure to post in the comment section about what kind of movies you want to see brought up in the future. I'm your host, Sebastian Martinez, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode of Sci-Fi Night.